woke right up at 11. Like, open my
Yo, what's up? This is Splendid Radio on Farside TV with my co-host Jeremy Scippio.
What's going on, people?
And we got Amaru checking in from the most northernest, eastest, coldest.
what up, though? What up, though? In Michigan. In
Yeah.
Michigan.
What part of Michigan?
Uh Lansing. Lansing.
Lansing. With
Allegedly
the
the capital. It's allegedly the capital.
with the black squirrels. Squirrels. Got the black squirrels.
Dog squirrel, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's us. That's us.
they, they not brown.
Oh, they brown too. They come in all color, but they thugged out here though. They done been through some shit. They got cats got 9 lives. These mothers got like 18, 19.
Yeah,
And
no, it throws you off when you see a black squirrel. You be like, hold on, wait, is that a? Because first you be thinking it's a skunk, but you be like, no, that's a real squirrel. Like,
Yeah, that's a squirrel on the run. He got
I made the joke. I was like, I was like, man, I saw a cop arresting the squirrels out here, man. That's how serious it is.
they just look at it. I had to tell a squirrel the other day, like it's becoming a thing, but a while back that I've had conversations with an animal, a squirrel specifically. But I'm telling you, these squirrels be looking like here. Like I was reading a couple weeks ago, matter of fact, saying that squirrels' habits are changing. They're becoming carnivores. You see that?
Mhm.
Oh man, I'm like, I believe it. I believe it. These squirrels like here, look, y'all telling us to go to sleep every winter and y'all still kicking it. Like fuck all that. Like they out here doing shit they ain't supposed to be doing, man. The squirrels looking at me like I'm wrong because I'm walking the dog. Like
I
it's
mean,
wild.
maybe that's what real evolution is something going like,
I
hey, we
believe
got
it,
to.
man, because I think they comprehend because literally I've had conversations with them, especially with walking my dog, and
Mhm.
they be antagonizing them sometimes, and I'll look at them and be like, "Come on, man, you see, come on now," and they'll look at me like, "Okay," and then one time they went around the house after I had a conversation with them, and then I turned back around and the squirrel run right into us and look at my dog like, oh, you must didn't have a conversation with your dog or your daddy that we didn't have, like everything like everything should be cool. Your daddy ain't on the same page as we is. Yeah, these squirrels are something else, man.
hey, I'm not cool with two other than my dogs, man. I'm not really cool with none of the wildlife. I had a couple years ago. I freaking I don't know what. Oh, you know what? My homeboy limp. You know what? We gonna hop into the thizzle, man. We gonna hop into the thizzle. That's a whole nother thing. So, man, everybody's favorite to be hated, Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Very opinionated about LeBron. LeBron wanted to roll up on him at a game, which was the craziest thing in the world. Because if it was any other NBA player, they would have fined him, they would have suspended him. It would have been like so much that would have went on with that. And the thing about it, dude, LeBron put his son on the Lakers to play with him, and
He got
that's
trouble.
that's the same as you going out with a girl and the girl is half naked and you wanting to feel away because niggas is looking at her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, LeBron threw him off in there. So I feel like, man, was Stephen A wrong for the criticism? Nah, he wasn't wrong, but his job is to be the antagonist, though.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith is a sports commentator. That is his occupation. I know people like to blur the lines and be like, well, don't talk about my family and whatnot. But once that boy decided to start playing ball, he became a man. And he's a player. And this is what Stephen A. Smith's job to do. Now, look, I'm not the craziest about Stephen A. Smith, but at the end of the day, all that controversy, all that rah BS that he does got him that position, got him a raise, got him a promotion. Like he got lifted up higher than most sports commentators because of the BS. So, and I know LeBron's looking for a show, so that's what he gave was a show. Stephen A. Smith responded with a show, and he also backtracked because he tried to say, "No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about you." Nah, nigga, he was talking about Bronny. Because we all
That's a
talking about
fact.
Bronny. We all talking about Bronny.
That's a fact.
We all
I
like.
know he pooed it a little bit when Brian was like, "Hey man, take my son's name out your mouth."
Yeah. Yeah. He used his inside voice when he was even talking on the matter. He said, I know
He
you
got
didn't know
real
what we
quiet,
talked about.
oh shit, this showed up. I agree with you,
So
man.
it's
That's his
wrestling. It's
job.
wrestling.
That's his
Yeah.
job. The only thing that I don't agree with is the fact that, my understanding, he never played ball. So I have a problem with people, passing out judgment and then,
I got
Oh,
a
you
correction.
talking about Stephen A. Smith?
yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
he played ball. He literally
Oh,
talks about it all the time.
oh,
yeah.
I thought he didn't play ball.
Oh, he played. That's the
Oh,
thing. Now the thing is, he defends his record, which his record was trash, but
oh.
he defends his
I
record.
had never heard him talk about it, and I thought I just heard something recently that he never. That was one of the gripes about
He
him.
played in college, but he never played pro.
Okay,
Yeah,
that might have been the thing that they were talking about. But yeah, man, that's his job.
his record is questionable.
Okay, that's his job, and that's what they signed him up for, is to be that guy, and he got to take what comes with that 100 million. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might not like what he say,
Right.
and have him poot on himself. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But you can't get mad at him for doing what they paid him 100 million. Dude, you literally got your son this job so you can make a dream that you didn't have come true, which I understand totally. I wish he'd have got it on his own merit, but I understand, and you made it happen, and this is what it is. Now you need to go home and sit Ronnie down and be like, "Hey man, look here. My name is on lease to you. They talking about you. Something got to happen. Make him step. You got to make him step his game up or something. But it's gonna keep coming. It's gonna keep coming. It's
It was
just
diversity, man.
it was DEI. He was a DEI.
Yeah, and on top of that, man, we need to appreciate these somber years of Bronny because Bronny once that if he is this
You think he
superstar
gonna step
player,
out of that?
if he's this superstar player that his father believes he gonna hit a rock star phase. He gonna be in the drama.
We
He
ain't,
gonna
oh, we
drop
ain't at
a
that. We ain't at that point in the movie yet for him.
nah. He gonna release a rap album. He gonna have the grill and all that, bro. This is the journey of a superstar. So
Right.
if he is that superstar, we gonna see. But it remains to be seen. So we stuck with where
He
we
need
at,
that
which
moment. He need that moment where he connect or something with something while his daddy playing or something, and then all of a sudden that music hit, and then the next game come, he gonna show us. He gonna show us like Ja Rule.
yeah, he go. I tell you what's gonna hit the fan when he start correcting his dad on his form. He gonna be like, this how they be talking when they want the cameras to read their mouth. They be like, Dad, you could have went a little further. Bronco put them like, nigga, what?
Yeah, man, he brought that shit on himself, man. They both of them should have known if what the or have had some kind of inside foresight, uh, based on especially LeBron being in the league, that there was going to have some feedback that they weren't gonna like coming to them, and for him to act like, you know, whether he should have did it in public like that, I think that's part of the show. That's part of the show. The fans expected that, because we'd talked about him otherwise and said, man, he gonna let that shit ride, man, forget that. You know what I'm saying? That was my son. If that was my son, I ain't gonna, I'll be laughing a little bit. Like, nigga, you gotta do something, homie. Because
I mean,
I'm gonna have to crack on you too in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, he deserved that shit.
I mean, he got a free pass to the Lakers, man. I mean, you got to
Free,
come with some
straight
some
like a bus
some
pass,
turbulence,
like a
some
bus pass.
turbulence.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not saying he's not a good player. I'm not saying he would whoop my ass. I'm just saying that you know, like that's something that could have took time off of different merits, but because of the way he got in, he gonna have to take some. He possibly set his son up to take more bullets than he ever did. So we'll see. It remains to be seen. I don't like to comment too much on Bronny because I just understand how much potential he has, which is a lot. But at the end of the day, like you can't you can. Father can only do so much. Father can only say so much. A father can only do so much.
yeah.
And once that protection is gone, then it'll be him versus the world. And we'll get to see who's this person that the Lakers actually drafted.
He better hurry him cocoon. Better for do that thing. Metamorphosis.
Well,
Better
he
hurry.
don't have to now because he's in the G League, so he can. You know what I'm
How
saying?
long? How long is that life? How
Hey
long?
man, it's about development. I don't think they go because he's a kid, dude. Like he's only like maybe 18 years, 19 years old. So you know what I'm saying? He still has, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. That's the
I'm
thing.
looking, but I'm looking at it like a Kaepernick thing. You know what I'm saying? Time is running out. You know what I mean? Like
You know why I like the
This
Clippers?
dude is 20 years old. This is a grown ass man.
I
I'm
know
sorry.
Kaepernick was too when this shit happened. What are you
You know,
about 2021?
I
Like,
like the Clippers because I was invited to a Clipper game, and I haven't been a Lakers fan since like '84. You know what I'm saying? And so I was a Celtics fan. You know what I'm saying? I say it. So uh,
I was a Houston Rockets fan.
I
Clyde
went I went to a Clipper game, and the pace of it was just like fast, and then I felt like they played together as a team. And it reminded me of and this ain't dissing them, but this is like just the pace was like a college game. College games are fast. You know what I'm saying? They're like really fast. And so I was like, dang, the Clippers have talent and they play together well as a team. And I was like, I'm feeling them. Where with the Lakers, you'll always have a lot of talent, but they really don't play well as a team and they don't know how to play well as a team. You know what I'm saying? You have it's the craziest thing in the world to me because it's like the Lakers will have so much talent, but the dudes can't play together. I
I,
consistently.
I miss the days of the dynasty of Chicago Bulls, Detroit Pistons. Though that I have yet to see,
Celtics.
man, I have yet to see um a, a game or season that comes close to even the rivalries and the gameplay that if they if the cats from back then play in the league now, all of them be in prison.
Respect. You're absolutely right. But respect. Bronny James was born in 2004, and this is a grown man. So you guys are talking about ancient history. If you want to reminisce
Our
on that, there's
esophaguses and mummy dust.
there are a series that I can recommend to you. They got they
uh,
got a whole thing. Actually, I don't like the Celtic City logo they be putting that I show everywhere in LA. I think that's like intentional. I ain't really like that. I ain't gonna lie. It seemed like a little subtle diss. Is like, hey, why y'all doing all that? Pay attention to this show, whatever. It just looked weird seeing green all over LA.
but it was just what I'm speaking on. It goes to their gameplay, the mentality as a whole, because you can tell it's all about the almighty dollar. As soon as somebody offer them 50 cents more, everybody up out of there. There's no team, there's no camaraderie, and none of that. And it transcends into the game. You can see it. You can see the difference. You can see the lack of love and they just playing for the bag type of. That's what I get from it. There's no loyalty, no team building, no. That's why the Lakers can't play together, because in 5 minutes somebody's gonna leave. And it's gonna be somebody else that come in.
Well,
You
since we here, I thought we was gonna move on, but let's talk about Luca. What's up with Luca?
I couldn't tell you.
You can't tell. Whoa,
cannot
the
tell you.
hottest player in the league right now.
I cannot tell you.
So they say.
So they say. All right, we moving on. I ain't even gonna get into
I ain't gonna
Hey,
front.
hey,
I'm
I ain't
this
just
gonna
is straight
front.
Jeremy's
up.
go.
That's
This is
how
straight up racism.
that's how far my disdain goes for the game in general. And they ain't just basketball; it's for the NFL as well. I feel the same way. I stopped watching back. You know, I probably watched the first 10 years of the Jaguars' development when they first came in the league, along with the Panthers. Back when Mark Brunell was the quarterback for the Jaguar. That's when I was watching football, and it seemed like some of the same um, loyalties and things about team building, this, that, and the third. That's why everybody loved Dan Marino, because he stayed in one place.
I hear you. I just got to keep it 30 years in the future, which is now. Yeah. Luca's killing now. If Bronny was playing like Luca, this wouldn't even be a debate. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, Stephen A. Smith could just pack it up and go home. He wouldn't even have a job because he wouldn't have nothing to comment on. I'm just saying,
But
Luca killing right.
Luca is a specimen.
Specimen.
Bronny has genetics where people feel like because he comes from LeBron James DNA strain or just whatever, like he's supposed to be this great basketball player.
Bronny is Superman who don't realize he's Superman yet.
I don't think so, man.
You don't think so?
No.
But that's what you did. That's kind of what you just described, though.
I think the G League is going to help him out to develop into who he's going to be, but I feel like his father's an anomaly, dude. Like
True.
You have these uh man mythical giants that play basketball, dudes that are superhuman to some extent. Like they have, or they're different than you and I. You know what I'm saying? Skill level, just genetic DNA, just like all that stuff. Their thing is different. Bronny, when he was in college, he wasn't an incredible player. He was good. He was okay.
That's what makes it even worse. That's what makes it even worse. You recognize that when he was in college, and now you in the NBA. Yeah, we're gonna talk about your ass.
Yeah.
It's that obvious. I can see if it wasn't that obvious, but it's that obvious, and it's like, come on.
So
Yeah, I think we just gotta accept, that fact that time has to tell the tale. But until then, guys,
But
show
how
Luca
much
some
time?
respect.
How much?
That remains to be seen. That's how time works. But until that time, Luca's right now is killing it. But I'll have to move on a little bit. So Neo was in his previous relationship. He had I don't know the full story, but I just know he was with this girl, and I think he was just living his life the way he was living his life until his one of his latest baby mothers kind of outed him by calling him Diddy Jr. And she was saying that he was out here with all these girls. You know how baby mothers can be if you're not with them, and that's just
Well, I
a
thought he was in a
thing.
polyamorous relationship.
That's what I'm getting to. That's what I'm getting to. But we didn't know that. This was the first hint of that when
No,
the
it was
baby
no.
mother.
I was no. I'm
It
pretty sure.
wasn't. It wasn't no.
Yeah, it was.
You seen him out with women,
He
but
did an
it wasn't
interview.
until
He
it
did an
wasn't
interview
until
about it.
okay. Well, let's catch up. Okay, so now he more recently said he's up to 4 girlfriends now. Maybe back then he was like on 2, but
Oh,
right
he was
now he's
only
on.
on two. He was on two.
So he currently is on 4 girlfriends right now, and they asked him how does his kids interact with his girlfriends, and he said like, yeah, this is daddy's girlfriend and this is daddy's girlfriend. This one's gonna help you with school, your homework. This one's gonna make you a sandwich. And a lot of women, including his baby's mothers, feel like this is disgusting. But is my question is polyamory? Because okay, look, let me lay it out the right way. When Kevin Samuels was alive, he caused a lot of
man,
ruckus because he was describing the fact that a lot of women desire a man that's in the 1 percentile, you know what I mean, of America,
that's a
right?
fact.
Yep.
If you want a guy who's making over $100,000 a year, black, tall, this guy is 1% of the entire nation.
Mhm.
So if multiple women want this type of guy might have multiple women. Do you feel, both of you guys, do you feel that polyamory might be more normal? Was it normalized going forward because multiple women want one type of guy?
I don't know if y'all know this, but my daddy was a pimp, so I'm all for it. I'm all for it. You know, I think it's
Pimp is
our
an
human nature.
occupation.
Our human nature, like wants us to fight it, and what the norms are in society, but instinctually, you like I'm with that shit. Because I don't think one female can handle all the because of the shit that be going on in the head and the emotions and all that. I think they got to delegate the relationship. Okay, this is what you take care of, the spiritual part of me, and this, that, and the third. Help me think. You take care of the physical, and you both of y'all can't cook, so you take care of the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And then we all work together to take care of the home, and boom, boom, boom. We could all come up. That sound like a little bit pimping to me.
Okay. Well, when I say the normal, to making it normal place is like there's a difference between it being your private lifestyle and it being your open lifestyle. Like people know about
Public.
it, you promote it. So, do you feel like this type of behavior will be more prominent in the future?
Yeah, I do, especially with AI robots coming into play. Now you got competition, so motherfuckers gonna be like, the robot or the three of us. Uh, that's where it's at. So the choices is, and women the same way. I think women will be the same way. They're gonna have options too when them robots come out. You know.
Man, I know my mother's best friend, uh she had a daughter, and she dated this guy who, or her baby's father was he was a very political, educated guy, educator, uh down for the the black movement in the 70s and whatnot. And he had uh so I was born, the year that I was born is the same year that my mother's best friend's daughter was born.
Mm.
Um my mother's best friend's daughter's father had, in the year that his daughter was born, he had a lady have another baby the month before and another baby the month after. So he had three babies in 1 year. He had three babies in 1 year. But Pete, all the mothers was cool with each other, and he wasn't with none of them. Like after a minute, I mean, he stayed cool, and it was a trip because my parents knew him. He was a very educated man. Like he wasn't just that, he was that 1%. I don't think I wouldn't say he necessarily had the money, but he was a charismatic speaker. People flocked to him, very knowledgeable. He was that dude. But Pete, I was maybe about 7 years old, and I remember he took us to this black museum or something going on, and he had a woman with him, but it wasn't none of his baby's mothers. It was just like him and his girlfriend, and he's taking his daughter out, and because my mom and her mom were best friends, I got to go too or whatever. And I remember him introducing the woman that he was with as his lady, and like that. And then over the years, he would take us with, it wouldn't be like a different woman every year, but maybe like every 2 or 3 years, we might go out and he would have another whatever. But he would always introduce these women to people as, before they could even ask. he'd be like, "Oh, this is my lady." You know what I'm saying? This is my lady. And I was like, dang.
That was my daddy, man. We used to go over his girlfriend's house on the weekend. Like, while he was married to my mama. It was normal. I was like, I got a brother. Look here, man. Let me tell you something. My dad, my uncle would tell stories about my daddy and preface it with, "Your daddy was crazy." So with Gary, it was like your daddy was crazy. This one time, we had these neighbors, and it was the husband, his wife, and his wife's sister, younger sister. They all lived in the house. He said, "Your daddy used to sneak out the window, go over to the next door neighbor house, climb through their window, fuck the daughter, and then going back in the house." He got the daughter pregnant, right?
Mm.
The sister of the sister thought her husband got her pregnant, broke up the whole family. Broke up the whole family.
Nah, I witnessed one of those. My friend, and this is common in the black community. You ever have a friend you so close to that you tell everybody, "Oh, that's my cousin." Like, so this was the homie. We weren't related at all. We tell people we was like each other's cousin. So he lived in like this really hood area. Like I wasn't. I like this. So when I moved into we had a house that was like in a nicer area, but if you just go a couple blocks back, everybody who was doing terrible lived in this little area. We was a little better than terrible. so, so there was this chick named, oh man, I can't say names, whatever. We never no big.
Name.
Anyway, it was this chick that we used to call her Miss, you know what I mean? Miss Blank or whatever her name was, right? Miss Smith, right?
I'm the
But I
name.
just
Rhyme it.
Rami. Well, I say that I don't care about this, but I ain't gonna say his name. But this girl we used to call her Miss Charlene, and I just noticed that my cousin stopped calling her Miss. It just out of nowhere. All of a sudden, just Charlene, bro. We like 16. We like
You wasn't
16.
paying attention.
She was like 20 something. But yeah, all of a sudden it was just like, like
Dang.
Miss Charlene, Miss Charlene. All of a sudden it was just Charlene, like Charlena. Charlena, they call her that. And yeah, he used to go over there when her dude would go to work, he'd be over there. And I say the coldest part, this the ill one. I might have to put this in the script one day. One day he's leaving the house. He was like, "Hey, little man, take care of my house for me."
Hmm. Hmm.
Then turns out she already had a kid, but then she popped up pregnant. And yeah, then literally my cousin bounced. We never brought this up, never talked about it, anything like that.
I
But
got
I'll
shit.
just say homeboy was not home. He was at work. I know where he worked. We all know where he worked. The whole neighborhood knew where he worked. Even the person who ran the whole facility, everybody knew what was going on. It's like, why is Miss Charlene out there with them kids?
Yeah.
It's a foul game, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
I got siblings all over the world that I don't know, that I've never met. Like I got a brother, half Filipino brother in the Philippines, and
Oh wow.
it's
Real quick, I want to shout out. Real quick, I want to shout out to you know what I'm saying, the other member of Splendid that's holding it down, Ben Frank. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of choices. He get a lot of choices for his entertainment. You know what I'm saying? He taps in with us. You know what I'm saying? And I owe him that package. He gonna have tracking tomorrow though. I'm gonna make it happen. I've been slacking. I've been slacking, but
Yeah, but and also real quick, I like to give a shout out to my father. I'm his 13th child. So
for real?
yeah.
Oh wow. You know what? When I went to Mississippi and we were and to honor my great grandfather about him being a slave and founding a town and everything, once again, one of the things at the church service, the lady, and she said it casual, so that just let me know it was just something that was done. She said, my grandfather had 4 sets. And so I was just like, oh, and it kind of just went over my head. And then after the church service, she was my cousin, but like a third cousin. So I said, what do you mean 4 sets? And she's like, oh, he had 4 families. I was like, oh man. So, back then it was probably more acceptable, but you didn't have social media. Everybody didn't have a car. Shoot, you could go 10 miles from the house and live your best life. Like literally have another everything. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you only needed one. If you was a man and you had two jobs, you could have multiple families. That's just the way it worked.
If you had one job, depending on where you at,
you had one job. You did. I didn't see it, but
hey,
you only had one job.
because like with my grandfather, he like everybody. So from where my people were in Mississippi, there was always work up in Chicago. So you go to Chicago, and as long as you coming back and you giving money and you taking care of the family and everything, nothing is too much questioned if you're not really tripping. You know what I'm saying? But with my situation, what ended up happening was someone in the family didn't go to Chicago, and their car was seen down in the projects. And when you got a small town, you might as well have social media because you know what I'm saying. It's gonna spread like wildfire. But
that's for me.
but I'm gonna spin the record back real quick on the basketball thing. I'm a serious fan of Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, man. Those dudes, I really like what they do. And the reason why I kind of had to spin it back is because Shannon Sharp has his place. He really is not a sports. His conversation really isn't sports. His conversation is more in my opinion, is more tabloidish and kind of try to get you to tell some shock and awe kind of conversation or whatever. And then Stephen A. Smith, he's just kind of like, he's gonna just say something ridiculous and say it with passion in order to get your goat. And then you have Jason Whitlock, he's just gonna hate everything. Like he hate himself, he hate his black gums. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But Stephen A. Smith in his new contract is allowed to talk a little more politics or something like that. I read this go round. It's in being encouraged. That's because he's getting numbers off of talking shit about politics. So,
But honestly, out of all of them, I came to this conclusion about 2 weeks ago. I really like Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, man, because they get people in a comfortable environment. They'll tell funny stories, but they're not downing people. Like they're not down, and we're like
I'm
Shannon.
glad you left Whitlock out of the conversation. I don't even give him.
Yeah, I just mentioned him because he is the fourth. It is for black people, for black media situations that So I gotta mention him. He's definitely not my anything, but I say that to say, I wish I would have been paying attention when Mad Max was playing basketball, man. He is the funniest interview that I've seen probably in about 5 years, man. I would encourage anybody. So he was a basketball player. He played in Utah. He might have played in Houston. But he was like one of the original bad boys, man. Like he was off the chain. And the interesting part is he said, I have mental health issues. And he was saying how in the league back in the day, they wouldn't tolerate if you had mental health issues because their thing is we're paying you these millions of dollars, and if we paying you these millions of dollars, we're not paying you these millions of dollars to be legally or whatever you call it, confirmed with mental illness, problems and whatnot. But Homeboy's interview, man, it was great, man. It was great. He talked about Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying, and playing with Mike. Karl Malone, you know what I'm saying? All these cats. But the trip is he was like, the way that they played basketball back then, fools wouldn't even be scoring 30 points in a game. You know what I'm saying? The reason people were able to score up to 80 and 100 and all that kind of stuff is because they not, you can't foul nobody. You can't really.
Yeah, the ball.
But you know who he gave his props to though, which I was too young and too immature to really appreciate him as a player. But Dennis Rodman, man, he was like, man, notably, Dennis Rodman was one of the greatest players in basketball, man.
Yes.
He'll never get it. He'll never get it. But he was notably one of the best players to play the game.
Well, definitely, I say shooting the ball down court, knowing that somebody's there to clean up your mistakes. I mean, that's like the most refreshing feeling ever. Because when you shooting, you know what I mean, if you on some Steph Curry stuff, you know what I mean, like you taking risks. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it real. That's Steph Curry is risking every time he throws that up. So to have somebody down there that you like, oh, they're gonna take care of that. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, they're gonna make sure somebody eating the elbow. You know what I mean? Like that's just Dennis Rodman he took the hits not only as an NBA player, but like his reputation. You know what I'm saying? He was okay being, you only gonna get
bad
that,
guy.
Exactly. Draymond Greens and your Ron Artest, you know what I mean?
But
I
think at some point it got to Rodman though, and he started acting out because he wanted to be seen in other lights, like as an actor or, yeah, I'll be this weird dude, but it's a little enough of that. Y'all going a little too far. I also do this. Let me go over here to take y'all mind. Let me try to, change the world and go talk to this dictator over here. See,
he's the definition of too far. So yeah, I can't even rationalize.
I think I really, I really think it got to him, and he just wanted to be seen as something else. Just like JJ don't like doing the dynamite shit when you talk to him at the show and shit. But nigga, that's where we know you from. Here, take this money. Hey, dynamite.
Yeah, you talk about Dennis Rodman. You talk about one of the most extreme people that God ever made. So
yeah,
everything that come along with that comes along with
that. Can't argue with you on that one. Yep, facts.
So recently, I don't know, because the state of our country's in, a lot of this DEI stuff has oozed into the Black community, and basically because of the practices and large companies have to make alliances that's best for them at the end of the day, and that might be against what's best for the Black community, not just Black community but small business owners. But there has been a quiet but also loud protest against the Target big box stores. Now, the quiet part is the fact that this protest has actually been going on for a while now.
Since the 28th.
Yep, since 28.
Yeah, but I would say the loud part is the fact that since the inauguration, they're like, hey, we're not supposed to be shopping at any of these bigger places in general, you know. But I say the reason why they picked Target, they preface the fact that we need to make an example out of one place. Now, I will admit, Target has gotten to the place where they've been more boisterous about their, not giving a damn about the DEI stuff, whatever. Walmart is a little iffy, 50-50, even though they have also not supported DEI. They're also a big part of the NAACP. You know, they actually doing some contributions to the Black community in some way, shape, or form. But regardless, these Target boycotts, so far, and I don't know because I just looked at stuff on the internet. I would like to actually see some real numbers, but supposedly, since these boycotts
No, they
are
got
starting,
the numbers on me. They got the numbers.
they saying that Target has missed out on $1 billion.
No, buddy, 12.8 or something like that.
12 point what?
Billion.
Billion.
Target, yes.
That's how much Black people
That's how much they got told. Yeah,
not Black people.
People
not
in
Black
general.
people.
People in
brown,
general.
Black and brown people, and the shot glass of the others that have a conscience.
Yep. Yeah,
I mean,
they hitting them and
I
they.
haven't. I'll be honest with you. I haven't really seen the effects of it. I mean, clearly, I'm not on the inside,
I have,
but
I have.
I just say that I do live in what I would consider Mexico, and I just don't see these people not buying from Target.
Okay.
Yeah, but
So
maybe across the country.
They
no.
doing it, and what people are doing too are individual targeting different boy because everybody can't participate, and we understand. So like there's this black church, I think it was in St. Louis. After service, they had already pre-planned or picked out the black business in the area that they're going to go and buy out
Patronize.
and
Uh-huh.
patronize. And so they did it to a black gas station, the only black gas station that was in this particular area in St. Louis. And man, it was a beautiful thing to see black folks in this gas station parking lot. I know gas was empty by the time they all left, and those type of things, those micro things in different areas are the type of things that need to happen. I try to make a conscious effort now, and I just told my girlfriend yesterday that we need to shop at this local mom and pop butcher store that we got in our neighborhood. And I forget about it because it's inconspicuous. They don't do commercials. It's a local spot. So I have to make a conscious effort to go there instead of going to Meyer, which has been cool to, that's a regional store here.
Mm-hmm.
That has
Yeah, we have Myers too, so I know
Okay,
what
yeah,
you're saying.
yeah. But even besides Meyer, I'm making a conscious effort to go to the local mom and pop spot, and I think about those things because if we do our part in small ways, even those little efforts, it speaks to the owners of the facilities because they are counting the times that you come in as a customer and you're a regular or not a regular or whatever. Man, I ordered this based on so and so coming in here every day or every other day, and they have stopped doing it. And it's not just them; it's some couple other people. What's going on? They boycotting your ass. That's what's going on, and they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
But
I mean, boycotts. When you read about them in history, I feel like they're a little more. I understand times are changing and stuff. And of course, you have like online, which is a big factor. They probably make so much more money online than they do in physical store purchasing anyway. But I just would like to see more of a physical boycott. But I say, as of March, it says they made $47.6 billion Target, and to be down 12, I guess, is a significant dent. But if
somebody looking to get fired tomorrow. Somebody gonna be
I
responsible
mean,
for that.
but a lot of this stuff is rooted in pride anyway. I mean, Target can take a whole year hit and not, feel it.
Who gonna do that? Who?
So,
Well,
so
Ain't nobody gonna
you
do that.
know,
Ain't no
to to
ain't
to
nobody
stand
gonna do that.
beside you know who, maybe.
For 12
well,
months. Ain't nobody, no, ain't no investor going for that. Nope. I
no,
don't, they
I
don't care
agree.
who you are.
Walmart is one of my clients, and the manager of the store, she said they are closing a lot of stores, and she said the stores that are in highly Hispanic areas, people are scared to go.
Yep.
They're just literally scared to go. She said they're scared to go, and
Yep.
they're going to be closing in. She said at least 4 stores in Southern California because people are scared to go. Now
Investors ain't gonna keep taking that.
she said they're rolling back. They're not going to say it publicly, but within the company, they changed the name from DEI to something else, that like some other
That's
kind
what
of
they got
name.
to do. They got
That
to incognito with it now. They can't call it.
Yeah,
You know,
they had to switch it up. But Pete, she said, so last week they had this all the Walmarts around the country got together in Florida for this conference, and she was all excited to go and to take her team and everything. And I was telling Brown after she left, I was like, hey man, they probably leading them lambs to the slaughter, man. They probably taking them, making them feel they're gonna go to Florida and have all this company camaraderie, all this, that, and third, and they gonna get the real news. But she said that Walmart has definitely taken a hit, but it's a trip because once again, it's crazy. I talking to Brown this morning, and the way that I came into work yesterday, I passed the Costco at 9 o'clock in the morning, and that I've never passed that Costco at 9 o'clock in the morning. And there was actually people lined up outside, like almost old school COVID style. Like it was, and there were Hispanic people. Like that's one thing that I did notice, that there was Hispanic people. So I say, man, I went to Target 3 times last year, and it was for underwear and socks. And it's just kind of, I just, man, my thing is, I've never been a super fan of Target anyway. Like
Yeah,
that, like I've never been a super fan. And then I just feel like if we as a people can't have the discipline to consciously spend our money a little bit. I'm not saying every single nook and cranny, because dude, you can. Like, dude, all of it's the devil. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to be devilish. You can just be.
Look at Jeremy. Look at Coke. Look at the numbers for Coke, because my understanding that the Hispanics, the Mexican community, was boycotting them too, because that shit they pulled down south, where Coke invited all
the ice people. Yeah,
all them to a meeting, was like, surprise, niggas, y'all going to jail, you know.
Okay, I'll look at it, but so I'll just say, well, just to catch up, it says right now it's Amazon. So up next is Nestle. So far it's been Amazon, Target, let's see, Walmart, where else? But these are the places have been hit.
So Coke ain't on that list.
Coke is not currently on the list, but Nestle is the one that they're focusing on. And it said the Nestle boycott begins March 21st.
Well, Coke ain't on our list, but Coke was on Mexicans' list.
Yeah. Well, this is overall. This is not
that's what I was wondering.
Because Nestle produces several everyday items, including Cheerios, Purina, Fancy Feast pet food, Kit Kat chocolate. Man, bro, you just never know how connected these things.
I can tell you right now, they ain't gonna give that
up. Baby food.
Better let that go.
You got additional. Look. Hey, look, this is stressing people out. So Walmart. Let's say additional economic boycotts include Walmart, McDonald's, General Mills, plus Amazon and Target boycott. So it's growing. But let me see what's going on with Target. I'm sorry, with
Pepsi joined the dark side.
Oh, did they? I was waiting. I was
wondering. They said today. Well, I heard on talk radio. Yeah, I was listening to talk radio today.
I was wondering.
They said Pepsi joined. I felt Pepsi had a little backbone on it, man.
But we can't boycott everybody. I saw a list of a major list today of all the companies that at the end of the day support. That's all of them.
I don't eat. Can I be honest with you? I don't eat none of this stuff. So it actually makes it easy. I mean, maybe Reese's. If that's like a go-to candy. If they had a problem, maybe I'd be like, oh no. But for the most part, like, you know, I don't proactively go and get these things. Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Target probably the fastest. Walmart, if I'm looking for something specific, I gotta go out, especially in LA. All the Targets, all the Walmarts are so spread out. Like Target, you can throw a rocket hit at Target, but Walmart, you gotta specifically be like, I got this thing, I gotta get, and it's at Target. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Target's at Walmart. So like, I don't need these things. So it's easy to boycott. I've been boycotting, we're not realizing it. I don't know about and even at the grocery store. At the grocery store, I want specific things. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, but you know, I'm glad this is working. But I will say it sucks to see that Latino people are slightly more organized in their protests.
Yep, they sure are.
And they say, "Hey, I'm not messing with it. Don't mess with it." Because
they say tomorrow we're not eating no more beans. The bean market done.
I don't know. Now you're going too far.
What I'm be like, hold on. I was riding with you till you said that, hombre.
Hey, if the ingredients are in a burrito, I don't know.
Right.
I got one for you, Amaru.
Blasphemy.
I got one for you, Amaru.
What's up?
At what age did you have an interest in trying to decipher what politics were?
Oh man, I love that question. Early on, man, I paid attention just to life in general early on because I kind of figured out early that I was in a fucked up situation in regards to my life, because I ended up in 4 foster homes after the 7th grade, blah blah blah, and learning what abusive family, all that old shit, and being a latchkey kid and having to learn life on its own, and by happenstance in my surroundings, especially my grandparents. My grandparents was the real introduction into politics because your grandma and grandpa house, you gotta watch, you watching the stories in the news. And that's what did it to me. And so I knew early on and paid attention early on and figured out how I learned was I was listening to what these people were saying. And then as a kid, what Jade's a foster kid is when people make promises and don't follow through. That's a traumatic experience for a foster kid. So when I'm watching the news as a kid, I'm listening to what these people are saying that they're gonna do for the communities, this, that, and the third, if you vote for me. And then as a kid, I was noticing that shit wasn't happening. So as I got older and still watching these saying, oh, that's the same shit they was talking when I was, and still ain't doing the shit, it doesn't make sense to me to to believe in a system that I can see clearly that people keep going to over and over again and expecting certain things to happen and it don't happen. That's the definition of insanity. So I know why things ain't changing is because it's a machine and it was built on bad foundation. So
That's
every decade you got this thing that we done built, bam, bam, bam. But at the end of the day, at some point, that infrastructure is bad because it was built on some bad shit and it's going to crumble. It is going to crumble. It ain't no if, it's going to crumble. And I don't want to be a part of that, building something up, putting all my energies into this thing when I know for a fact it's going to crumble. We are here at that moment now. And so yeah, I paid attention a long time ago, political junkie. And the irony of it is, I only did political stuff in the first couple of years of my stand up because I used to go up on stage with a newspaper under my left arm and riff off for the first 10 minutes off the paper. And I don't do it anymore. And I know it's subconsciously it's a subconscious thing because I know I'll get off like right now into a rant and probably might ruin the show. So because I'm not angry,
no.
because
You can run the
I'm
show.
a
I
vet.
run the show.
I'm a vet.
I read your one liners, man.
Hey, I'm a vet, so I'm a soldier. I was trained to do some things that are looking a little familiar with the training, of what the criteria of us doing what we do. I'm seeing shit happen, so it's like call me when it's time because I see what y'all doing and it's gonna pop off, and then y'all gonna be calling people like me to protect you, and
Hey,
and and because my job description wasn't pretty. This is what y'all taught me, and I'm paying attention, and I see it about to happen, and I'm trained and ready for it. So
Jeremy, when was the first time, to your recollection, that you got passionate about something political, where it pulled an emotion out of you, like it made you mad, or yeah, I'll say mad. When was the first time that politics, or you don't get mad at politics?
yeah, I wouldn't say mad per se. Fifth
Passionate.
grade. No, that's fine. It's fifth grade. I remember we had a big book, and social studies. It just said Ohio on it, right? And because I think what's the
top.
earliest version? I think the earliest version is social studies. Then it turns to economics, and then you start learning about the different how the government really works, whatever. And I didn't realize I had a passion for just history in general. I didn't realize it because I'm very fortunate. I'm very blessed and lucky because, and right now my neighborhood is actually on the news right now, like because Lincoln Heights, Zone 15, what up? We the that's the neighborhood that's been fighting off the neo Nazis. You've seen that?
Ran them
That's
off.
that's my actual hometown. You know what I'm saying? That's my actual hometown. Like everybody, like Compton, LA, y'all get all the credit. LA get all the credit. And then you got Oakland, they get credit. New York get credit. Even the South, man. I'm telling you, Cincinnati, Lincoln Heights, Zone 15. I love y'all. It's so cool to see you finally getting credit for it. Because this is what I grew up in, a really all black neighborhood. Like that's just the way it was. I'll be honest with you, I had to be introduced to white people in a different capacity. It wasn't like, and you don't realize that as a kid, you know what I'm saying? And I'm taught a lot, like literally, I can't, as far back as I remember, kindergarten, we used to have to take a black history exam. Like that was always there. So to say like when you got passionate, it's like it was just always a part of my life. But I would say once I started finding out like the legal parts of it more than the historical parts of it, you start going like, oh well, now you start building up a right and wrong, based off of like American politics, not even like off of more morality, like what I feel right is wrong. I just go like, well, that's not right. That's not like legally that's not right because that's not the way we was taught. And I would say fifth grade was that age, and not to be the host, are you smarter than a fifth grader? But that's where you learn the different you got the judicial, legislative, and the executive branch of government. You find out exactly what the Supreme Court does. You find out what the president job is. You find out what the police job is. And because these things are just orbiting around you. But once you find out what they actually do, when you see different departments crossing over, stepping in lanes they don't belong in, or people trying to comment on things they don't belong, that's when you start forming some like developing some form of justice where you go, well, that's not right because that's not even your job. Like that. So I would say fifth grade for me is the age. But you talk about my love for Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all that stuff. I mean, literally, what, 3 years old, 4 years old? I'm not allowed to comment on that part. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always been in me.
Yeah, we kind of are, because I was just telling my girl earlier, we was in a debate, and I was saying to her, I came to the realization that we are from the well, not you, Jeremy, but me and Greg, we from the generation where we were born with all of our rights and still alive to see them all removed.
Man,
that shit
I
crazy.
mean, I feel like I'm part of that because I understand. I would say
Yeah,
early '90s.
you was born with all your rights. You were born with all your rights. I take that back. You were
Early
born
early
with
'90s was super rebel culture. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you talk about '70s, you talk about fighting for your rights. You know, '80s, I think that's when black people got a chance to be cool. You didn't have to fight. You get to be cool. '90s, everybody was rebels. You know
oh,
what I mean? Like,
we told, hey man, let me spin that record back. Not
okay,
we, but there was those that told some things up, man. Uh, when Rodney King got arrested and whatnot, they
yeah,
said rebellion.
yeah,
And
man.
like I said, my first time to Europe, was driving into Ireland, and they were going through something, and man, and this was before. No, that's not true. This was after the riots, the Rodney King riots. But the difference is during the Rodney King riots, fools just kind of went crazy. It really wasn't any organization to it or whatever. Ireland, they had cars on fire. It was a very it was
everybody else know how to set it off.
the colonize the colonizer.
I would think that concept, like if you look at now, people think it's cool to side with the empire. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the dominant thing is, they're gonna go with that. The '90s was not about that at all. Like we rebelled. That's what we did.
We saw
Like that.
Star Wars, man, and understood that we
Yeah,
understood the assignment.
I'm from the generation.
yeah.
I'm from the generation where we understood the assignments. We came out of colors, and you was either Crip or Blood.
Yeah, it just was. I mean, it was just cool to rebel. I don't even want to get into the whole science of it. I'm just like watching people like commit now. Like just like as soon as a new AI thing is made, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's like, what? Bro, you serious? Even when the internet came out, we knew not to say our real names on there, not to like put real information.
Yeah.
We didn't trust anybody. We didn't trust anybody. That was the American way to not trust people. Now everybody, I don't care if it's a brand new thing, man. You'll get 100,000 people sign up for it right now.
For real, for real. Try to give it away for free because it's beneficial. You ain't gonna get no takers.
Man,
Hey,
look, but it's just different time. Different time. Yeah,
Man.
fifth grade is my answer though. That's
okay,
it.
okay. So on to your next question, man. This is about your president, not mine's best buddy.
Mhm. Well, okay. Well, I say, so Elon Musk, pretty much, it's very clear he's taking a hit. The Tesla stock is down. Let me get hard numbers on that. But
Understand.
at the end of the day,
What
you
48
know,
sit down, something like that?
I think it's 140. Like he lost is 100. But we talk about stock. Stock is a little different. But at the end of the day, people are proactively. Ever since he did this,
Mm-hmm.
proactively, people have been pulling out. Even people who are Tesla owners, they've had to like customize their bumper stickers or saying
People
like,
selling
"Hey,
stock. People they have high, amounts of stock are selling a stock type of,
yeah,
you know, falling.
yeah."
Yeah. He he in
The
trouble.
little between Elon Musk and the Doge thing, I think he bit off too more than he could chew. I think right now, because everything's a trade-off,
Because
right?
he's not liquid, the richest man. He's the richest man on paper.
Yeah.
And he acquired a lot of those things based on the strength of this and based on the strength of that. And you know what I mean?
I,
And that's all coming
I,
to part.
I would say that I wouldn't believe this loss hurt him, no matter what the numbers say. The thing that makes me believe that the numbers hurt him is the fact that him and Donald Trump pulled that Tesla commercial in front of the White House. That was awkward,
Oh,
because if your product's good, I hate to say this, and I don't mean to disrespect
His
anybody,
product is
including
terrible.
myself, but no, I'm just saying though, when a product is good, you don't need to sell it. The better
True.
the product is, the less you have to sell it.
True.
I'll be honest with you, Tesla was one of those products that it didn't need anybody's the word of mouth sold Teslas.
Even though it's
But
a horrible
and
vehicle.
and he I don't know if I can't speak on this guy is clearly a genius. This guy is way ahead of his time,
Who?
way smarter. Elon Musk.
He's not a
He,
genius. He just
he is
made some decent. He made some decent choice. If you got enough money, eventually one of the things you invest in gonna pop. Period. That's all he
we're not
did.
talking about investments. We're talking about like this
He
guy
didn't
is
invent anything.
he's a genius. I'm not going to sit
No,
here and debate with you.
he is not a
I,
genius. Give me,
he
give me one reason why he's a genius.
he
yeah,
bought
I
an
want to hear
election.
this.
Huh?
He bought an election. He bought an election.
Oh, I get it to you. I get it. You win. You win.
He
Smart,
sure
but
did.
Point
smarter
taken.
than Trump. If you could buy an
My
election, that's
bad.
all I'm
My
saying.
bad.
Trump
My bad.
Trump couldn't buy an election.
Stop hitting me in the
In the
head.
White House, in the White
Come
House, dressed
on.
just like or dressed worse than the Ukrainian president. Everybody was talking about that was in the White House, dressed with no
Right.
respect, dressed with no respect.
I just say he has a flaw, and his flaw is he wants to be the man. And if you are, I learned this from American Gangster.
He wants somebody to touch his PP intentionally, and he can't get it. He's a
He got 14 kids, bro. So I'm not gonna go
no.
there.
That's because he got money. They didn't want to. Come
Right,
on now.
absolutely.
Come on.
I definitely agree with that.
Nobody
Definitely agree
dating
with
him
that.
on purpose. Come on.
But I learned this. I learned this from American Gangster, the film, the Denzel Washington film where he played Frank Lucas. He said, "I am my product. I don't care if people know me. You know what I mean? Like that matter of fact, Frank Lucas' downfall began once people started associating him with his success.
Yeah.
Once, because his biggest mistake was him showing up to the boxing
Go
match.
back. Say that one
On
more
the
time.
mink.
Say it again. Say it.
Frank Lucas, the downfall of Frank Lucas in American gangster film was once he started being more prominent than his product.
More visual.
Yeah,
That's usually
the
how it all. That's how usually it always is, right?
the pride comes before the fall. But Frank Lucas was like, that's the quote. He said, Blue Magic, it's like Pepsi. It's a brand name. I stand by it, I guarantee it. They know that even if they don't know me. You don't know the CEO of General Mills. You know what I'm saying? But you know you buy that product because it's a good product. But his downfall began once he wore the mink coat at the boxing match. And we're witnessing my all theory, all speculative. I don't know nothing. I'm chilling. Elon Musk is making moves that are uh, uh, they kind of parallel that because when he got up there and did all this, he started the Doge, all these things that normal CEOs aren't associated with. He wants to be cool. He wants to be the man. And I think that might be his downfall. But I don't know what a downfall looks like of a person of his stature because he's so high up.
I know what a downfall looks like when you are not rich. You're not the richest man based on liquid. He has too much based on paper. That's why he was nervous on that interview. He wanted to cry because shit is hitting the fan. If he was closer to being that rich, liquid, then I would agree 100% with you. But he's not, and messing with that the stock market and everybody pulling out and all these protests and they setting shit on fire. What you said is coming into that's what's hurting his ass right now is being out front and this, that, and the third. And he going to do something because people are mad. White
Yeah.
people are mad. That's the key. That's the key.
Well, he chose.
Old white
Oh,
people are mad. When you got
right.
old white people out there marching, we got a problem. We
Well,
got a
he's the antithesis of old white money. I mean, that's why because
yes,
Tesla
yes,
shouldn't exist because like old white money still care about gas. That's the reason why we have gas stations when our technology is way past that by
right.
100 years.
I agree.
You know, but he was the antithesis of that. But he was able to move and do as long as he was quiet. He was able to bypass. But his public persona, this pride, I don't know exactly where it comes from, but
It
maybe
comes
because I'm
from
too humble.
it comes from this Me Too. Everybody want to be a star society. That's where it comes from. He ain't above that. He want to be seen just like everybody.
Clearly, I'll be honest, and this will segue into something later. I like Kanye has him by the balls because Kanye kind of plays with his friendship because he'd be cool with him, then he pull it back. Be cool, he pull it back, but you can tell it affects him emotionally because Kanye is the author of cool, and Elon is something that Elon Musk can't buy; he can only borrow. So when Kanye be like, "Oh, I'm cool with you," he be like, "Oh, I can trust him again," then he'll pull it away. I'm like, Kanye's an asshole, man. He posted a picture of him, Manuel, who is the owner of William Morris Endeavor, which is the biggest agency on the planet. He had a picture. They were yachting or doing whatever the heck they do, and he sprayed him in the face. He's Ari sprayed Elon. A very embarrassing moment for technically the richest person on the planet. And that moment is like one of the most popular pictures. It's a very embarrassing thing. Like if I know that if he could pay the money to scrub that off the internet, he would, but he can't. That's how embarrassing
It's
it
like that. It's like that dunk. you know, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never lay that down. He was right there
is.
with it. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's the
got
moment.
I got one for you, Amaru.
What's up?
What is the most way out hustle you've either been victim of or you've witnessed?
So my first endeavor Man, this was man. My first endeavor making the Hollywood journey, right? Early, early on, making that trip from the East Coast to the West Coast to make the dream come true. I had just gotten out of the military, and beepers was in. You can rent them from Rent a Center and shit. So I was going to Rent a Center, making my little payment for the week or whatever. And I met this girl there. And I was already seeing somebody, but I had just found out she was talking to her baby daddy who was in jail on the side trying to play me. And so this was kind of perfect timing. And so the girl that took my payment, we got talking and we got talking about life and shit. And it was one of the moments where a decision was made that was life changing right then and there, and we acted on it. So we got to talking about our dreams and shit, and it was like, yeah, I want to go to man. I just want to pick up and leave and blah blah blah. She was like, well, I'm doing that and this, that, the third, blah blah. I was like, can I go? she, she didn't know me from Adam. I was like, look here, blah blah, this, that, the third. Look at my record here. I pay my bill every month. She's trying to use that as a reference. Can I go? And we maybe three days later, we hit the road to LA, man. She had her car. It was a Z20 something Chevy Cavalier, Z20 whatever. And we drove that mug out there, man. It was like a Hollywood movie. We doing it like I don't even know this. She don't even know. Like we just doing it. So we finally get to LA, right? And so we wanted to stay a night in a hotel before we went to meet her and visit her family who already lived in LA. And we could get a discount. It was a suite. We could get a discount based on her working at Rent a Center, but she don't work there no more because she quit. And we went on this journey. But she knew that she got so we played like we were married and went into to get the suite or whatever. And she was an actress, an aspiring actress, and I'm an aspiring actor. So we went in there and played the part like we was a couple, and we got this discount because they was talking about calling them and make sure the reference was good and that she still worked there and all that old shit. Like, dude, we went in there and played like they said action. We was in it, and then I remember us going back into the room, man, and it was like again, like we had just met each other. We go into the room and we close the door, and it's like. And we look at each other like, did we just pull that shit off? Like. So then the next day comes, like we are confident now. We about to win some Oscars next week. You know what I'm saying? We get ready to go to her cousin's house to meet him. We get an offender bender. Nigga change flip. She got so she went back 48 hours later. Went back to I was so mad. I was so mad. Her cousin convinced me to leave back with her because she came out there with me. So therefore, she's gonna go back, drive back all this distance by herself. I'm thinking, man, fuck that bitch. she the one want to leave, but I'm like, well, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, to be out here, you really need a car because her cousin was already in the business. He was a professional extra and this, that, and third, and could get us plugged in, whatever, wherever we. But he was like, man, you really need a car out here, and you know what I'm saying. You'd be doing us a big favor if you ride back with my cousin and everything, make sure she all right. The whole time, I'm like, man, fuck her. Like, the fender bender, she had insurance. You know what I'm saying? But I did, obviously I went back out there, a few months later on my own and made it do what it do. But that was like my first caper. but, you know, going towards the business I wanted to be in, which was acting and filmmaking, this, that, and third, and had that type of movie experience trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? That I'll never forget that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh yeah, no. I feel like I'm gonna throw this out there, but I feel like we're gonna have to just move on.
Okay, you don't hit that. So, rolling
No,
loud.
no.
Now give us one.
Yeah, I just want to see because I already know. So there was one prominent album that shook up the entire internet this whole week. My question is, one, can you name the album? And can you name the artist? And then did you listen to it?
Are we talking about light skin?
No,
Who we talking about?
no, he definitely ain't hurt.
This,
He definitely ain't. He definitely ain't.
this was only one out. This I want to be honest with you guys. This shows your connection to the hip hop culture
Not
currently.
really.
Oh
It's
no,
all
I
business.
know.
Yes,
I'm busy in my life.
definite. There's only one album that mattered this whole week.
I'm
Only one.
aware.
Now, if you don't listen to it,
I'm aware.
That means you're disconnected. That's how that
no, I mean
works.
I don't like the bullshit.
But that's your
I'm
that's called
51 years old.
disconnection.
I'm 51 years old. My time is limited. I
Yeah,
got
that you that you said 51 years and then you said, oh, that's the
so that
problem.
that made my
You can
that
still,
mean I give my time sparingly. If you talk
but
about light
hip hop
skin,
is the whole culture. You either current or you're not current, which is
I can't
fine.
take the whole coat to 24 hours.
I'm aware.
Not 24 hours, but this week. All right, Switch.
I'm aware. But the
What is the
reason why I'm aware, uh,
let me in. Who y'all talking about?
it had to do it had to do
you
with the
got
dude who
it?
you love to hate. It had to do with the dude who you love to
It,
hate.
it's
Light
literally the
skin?
only, but it's everything. But that's what I'm trying to tell you that there's
Are
only
we
one
talking about
album.
Drake?
No, it's not
No,
Drake's album.
Oh,
But see,
no.
oh.
listen, hear me out. There's only one album that shook up the whole internet, everything in hip hop culture last week. It is everybody cares about this album.
It made your boy Kanye lose his mind, man. Actually, he used
But
it as an opportunity to be relevant
I don't
in a
know.
look,
couple
look,
of
look,
ways.
look, 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 look. Let me lay the foundation. So pretty much, okay.
You
So
talking about Playboy
Playboy
Cardi?
Cardi,
Oh,
yes,
okay. Okay.
Playboy Cardi hasn't dropped in 5 years, right? Playboy Cardi dropped his album. Apparently, the industry knew this was going to be a big hit because everybody's been trying to get their artists on the album. You talk about from Future to Drake, um, Kanye. All these artists are complaining about their songs not making the album. The album had 30 tracks on it, and Kendrick Lamar made 3 tracks on this album.
Fools was hot.
Why? Huh?
I said Fools was hot.
Yeah, man, they're pissed because everybody's collaborating with this guy. I personally am not a fan of Playboy Cardi because he directly correlates with the children. To me, I don't hear anything original about him. When I hear him, I hear Future, I hear Young Thug, I hear and this is my thing. How I even if it's artists I don't like, I like to acknowledge the hit. If you have a hit, I can't argue. Like for example, Chief Keef, he had a hit. Can't argue with it. Waka Flocka, he had a hit. Soldier Boy had several hits.
I
Playboy
probably
Cardi,
heard
to
the
me,
hits, but I
you
can't. I've never listened to a Playboy Cardi record on purpose. I
but you
probably
said you heard the hits, but you can't call it. You can't say you heard the hits if you can't name the hit. You can't even hum it.
you
I'm trying
can.
to tell you.
You can.
You
I
said
know
you
I
can
heard some say that was Playboy
go,
Cardi. Blah blah blah. I've
go.
heard
What is it?
I've heard this hits the songs in passing, but I couldn't identify.
No, that's not how a hit works. You have to do the song right now. That means if you have to go, what is it? That means it's not a hit. That is
Right,
not
Yeah.
how a
right,
hit works.
right,
So that's my point. Don't say, oh, I may have heard. That's not how a hit works. Hits work like
right. So
hits.
if it was a true hit, I would know about it.
So that means it's not a hit. That's my point.
Right,
So let's move on.
right.
My point is that Playboy Cardi is currently the most overhyped artist right now. But it's not even because that we care, it's the industry cares. Because this is very weird. This is a very weird territory because Kendrick Lamar got 3 tracks on an album that most artists made a record for, but not get on. This is very weird. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta understand how weird that is.
But
Yeah.
who's excited about him? Is it the industry or
Yeah, the youth
But the
and
industry,
the youth.
but all the artists that wanted to be on his project that didn't get, chose up on.
do they
But mind
really
you,
want to, or is it a business move?
Put it this
both.
way. I saw somebody who I know talking to him, and the way that my homeboy was talking to him, I was just like, and I don't think my dude knows him like that. He knows him. He's my dude is popular too, but the way that I saw it, I was just kind of like, is that a lot on it? You know what I'm saying? And then I was just like, am I being a hater? I said, am I being a hater? Because I don't think that he knows him like that. You know what I'm saying? But he was just like I've never agreed. I don't know. Yeah, it was just very strange. It was
I'm gonna
very
So
go
all
check
right,
him out just
let's
because of this conversation.
don't check him out. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do
Oh,
that. Look, no, no, no.
oh,
It's not. Literally. If you haven't started, this dude's been out forever. He's the hottest artist out right now. If you have not get into him, don't start now. It's irrelevant.
I
This is
got
the
to,
better.
but I got to just so I can have an informed conversation about him. I have to listen to one song.
If he missed your look, I don't like him, but he caught my radar. If he missed your radar, good. Look, there's a better one. There's a better one. I say listen to the song "Good Credit."
Good credit. I'm gonna write it down. You think I'm
Yeah,
playing?
and that's it. Don't dive deeper. There'll be somebody else. We can move on.
Yeah, that's my
oh
next.
man.
That's my next assignment. Good credit.
Good credit. Just that song. Do not listen to the whole 30. Don't even do it. Because it's not your thing. It's not worth it. It'll be a
Well,
new guy. ASAP
Ben
Rocky gonna drop. It'll be a whole different thing. Wait, go ahead.
Ben Frank said he been bumping it. So this weekend, I'm
He's
going.
he's he's into current hip hop.
This weekend I'm gonna sprinkle some spice on it, and that'll be my Saturday while I do my little.
I'm gonna check it out, Ben Frank. I want to get. I want to get on. I want to get on this boat too.
No, look, I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you, don't. It's not if it's not, why force it?
No,
Why
I
force
don't
it?
force it at all. I don't force it at all. But if it's brought up to me and brought up to my attention, I will, go and check something out just to see so I can have an informed opinion about a conversation or whatever, or be able to participate. But other than that,
West Side Gun dropped a couple weeks ago. Support him, okay?
who
West
you
Side
say?
Gun.
Okay,
West Side Gun.
okay.
That's some more. I'm really good at this. So let's hit the next.
I got the last question for you, Jeremy. Do you use TikTok, and if you do, how?
I don't, and it would probably be super beneficial to my career. I need to be better at that.
Okay.
I'm the same, even though I got like 80,000 followers. I have I haven't figured out how to migrate it over to, and I don't know if I want to, away from the film aspect of what it was created under, to migrate it over to the stand up and funny stuff.
Okay.
And I haven't figured that out, and it might disappear. So I don't know about putting all that time and energy into that when it's the uncertainty of it not existing in a few months is there. So
All right. Well, nah,
Uh,
man.
wait, before you close it out, I want to run some by you guys because, all right, look, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big fan of Kanye's Twitter. This dude is the most hilarious dude on the internet. I don't care what
I
anybody
got off of
says.
Twitter a couple months ago.
No, I'm not on Twitter. I'm just reading his
Great. Okay.
yeah, like heck. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just read a few. I'm not gonna go that deep into it, but I definitely want to hear you guys' reaction. Okay, so whew, man, let me see. I'll read the craziest one today. He's been tweeting nonstop for the last 2 days, but I'm gonna read the craziest one first, and then we'll just move. Like I said, we'll just close out after that. The craziest one he said today was, let's see. Mm-hmm. Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're retarded. No, like literally. And this is why artificial
That's
is
fucked up, man. He ain't right, man. He ain't right.
He
And
mad.
this is why.
Hurt
This is
people
why.
hurt.
Hold on,
Hurt
wait, wait,
people hurt.
wait, wait, wait. This is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Oh man.
Hurt people
he,
hurt,
he
man.
he also said, if I live another week, all you niggas pussy.
No, man.
He
I'll
stopped
say
taking his pills, man.
his funniest one-liner was when he said to Nori, you ain't heard Talib? No, he wasn't talking about Talib. He was talking about Royce, not him, Big Sean. He's like, you ain't heard Big Sean's album? Like,
Oh no, he said his biggest regret
yeah, was
in his
signing Big
career
Sean.
was signing Big Sean. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that
saw
was
that
crazy.
one. I saw that. I saw when he said that.
But this one, I'm trying to tell you, he's making news like every day. I
Uh,
mean, I don't even know what's the next one to share. He even said like, "Yo, what's your favorite tweet I made in the last 2 months?" He knows he has people by the balls. I mean, but look,
And people try to, and them big box businesses still trying to figure out a way to do business with him without doing business with him. You know what I'm saying?
well,
man, he looked like an
because he
incredible man.
okay, so look, this is the biggest news he's made. So basically, him and Kim Kardashian are beefing because he wants to put Northwest on a
Oh,
song that has Diddy and Christian Combs on it. The song isn't bad, but it's not great. But it's a song. I honestly don't deserve it. I don't feel like the song deserves as much hoopla as it's been getting. But regardless, this has made him and Kim pull out all their paperwork. She's trying to get it removed. He put it on Twitter. He's totally upset at it, right? He pretty much said that he went off. This is so weird. He reignited his beef with Drake. One of Drake's shooters came at Kanye and was like, "Hey, bro, where you at? I'm coming to get you." Kanye posted the whole thing. He's like, "Hey, bro, like, where's my 30 calls since I put you out there? Where's my 30 calls?" And he even went as far as to say, "Yo, I don't even know why Drake trusts you. You a snitch. You the one that told me that he was trying to like give Kim Valentine's Day gifts and all that stuff and blah blah blah." Then he said he wanted to put Iggy Azalea's child, onto a song. Iggy said, "Let's leave me and my children alone." Iggy Azalea. He dug her up from the grave. Then Kanye goes, "I intentionally never smashed Iggy because of Cardi. Oh, and Rocky. Oh, and Pushin.
messy,
Oh, and Tiger.
messy.
Oh, and French. Oh, and you get the picture."
Hurt people hurt, man. Hurt people hurt.
Oh man.
All right, look. Other than that, you gotta go look at them yourself. But I'm gonna close out on this one. This one was funny. I'm sorry. People try to get me to stop reading his tweets, but I literally have. I don't care. I don't know what series you're watching, but this is my series. He said people be like, "I'm not speaking to him." He goes, "I changed my number first, bitch."
Messy.
All
Messy.
right, I'm out. That's it. That's all I got.
That's fun.
So you got anything coming up, Amaru?
Yeah, I got a show this weekend for the next 6 weeks. Hitting New York next week, 4 weeks.
Hey,
And we got some auditions for the television show I'm working on, but we're doing a radio version of it first. So we right now the auditions. Matter of fact, I think I tagged you, Jeremy. Our
oh,
audition thing for voice actors is
shoot,
happening.
okay.
Yeah, so if you want to voice a character, it's a paying gig. The information and instructions is in that post that I tagged you
I'm completely with it. I need work.
on.
He said completely. And you, Jeremy, what you got coming up?
All right. So I got a lot of shows, but there's only three shows that matter. All right.
They all
Uh,
matter.
Facts.
No, the ones that pay me the most matter the most. Okay, all right, all right. This Sunday I'll be at the San Diego Laugh Factory. That's was it March 23rd? And on the 30th, I'll be at the Hollywood Comedy Store. That's my monthly or bi-monthly Jeremy Scippio live show. That's going to have great comedy and music. I'll be playing the piano as well as doing a full stand-up set, as well as we
You play
have
the
some really
piano?
dope. Yeah, that's my little thing. That's my hidden talent, as you said.
That's what's up. I'm
Yeah,
serious.
yeah. Not a lot of people. Um, I don't know why. I've been doing it for a while. Like I do it at the comedy store. I'm playing tomorrow at the store, but this one matters the most because it's the one that pays me the most.
That's dope, man.
Um, on the
That's a
30th.
nice time to have, man.
Thank you. That's next Sunday. And then the following week after that, I'll be in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Improv. That'll be April 4th through 6th. You know, if you can attend any of these shows, please, I would appreciate your patronage.
I don't know.
Other shows
You
as
know,
well.
I don't know what I got going on that day, but that's an idea. That's a thought to pull up on you in DC.
I'm on DC, man. I definitely don't have any plans on things I'm going to be doing, but I would love to go ahead and get some dope food in the DuPont Circle. You know what I'm saying? Last time I was there, I don't know if people who follow me, you probably seen. I saw this girl get her ass beat right there, right there across the street from the club. I was just chilling. I was minding my business. It was Halloween, but yeah, no, I definitely watched that whole fight.
Yeah, I might send me information on that DC show. I might pull up on you.
Got you. Done.
Dope, dope. Well, no, this has been another episode of Splendid Radio on Farside TV. Thank you, Jeremy.